Okay, here's the deal. Getting in front of the decision makers is the hardest part of the job search these days. So if you get a phone screen, take it seriously. You may think, well, this is only a 20-minute phone call to check some boxes to get me to the next level, but that's exactly why it's so critical to prepare for this exactly like you'd prepare for an interview, because you want to make a good impression, but you also want to show those relevant skills that are going to get you to the hiring manager. Now, most of the time, a phone screen, that initial call, is between you and somebody in HR or you and a recruiter. So they are looking for some specifics that the hiring manager has asked them to look for. So they'll probably spend a little bit of time making sure that you have those basic qualifications or certifications. If the job requires you to be in a certain location, they'll probably ask you about that. But they're also going to ask things like, why do you want this job? Why are you looking? They want to see that motivation, which I talked about in an earlier video, and that's going to be key. They want an answer that really shows you're committed and you're hungry for this specific job, not just any job. So it's worthwhile to put time into crafting an answer that's unique to that role and to that company. Often they're going to ask you what your time frame is and just get some of those general logistics out of the way. And they might ask you about salary range. And actually, this is a good thing, even though this is not at all a negotiation. This is an opportunity to make sure you're not wasting your time and they're not wasting their time moving to next steps and multiple interviews just to get to the end of the process and realize that you're very misaligned regarding those salary numbers. So do be prepared to either share a range or ask them, if they ask you what would you like, ask them what the range for the position is, so that you can make sure you're both in the general ballpark. And it just needs to be in the general ballpark, because remember, this is not the time to negotiate, but it is something that is helpful for both sides of the table to know before investing a lot more time. So really look at the phone screen as a great opportunity. You've made it to that first hurdle, and this is the gate to get to the next hurdle. And the recruiter wants to make sure that they're putting somebody in front of the hiring manager who kind of checks the basic boxes, because they don't want to find out later that, wow, you're not willing to relocate, or wow, your salary was so far off that we've just spent 3 days interviewing with different people and it was a waste of time. So take the phone screen seriously. A lot of times it'll be done via phone. Practice interviewing on the phone, because a lot of us come across differently when we don't have the visuals and the nonverbals that we have in person or on video. So know how you come across. And the great thing about phone screens is that you can have some of your notes or your resume or the job description up, and you can kind of have those reminders around you, which might help you feel a little bit more confident in that first interview. So if you've gotten to the phone screen stage, congratulations. Now put in the time to prepare so that you make it to the next level.